Hello fellow YouTubers and welcome. Today I find myself in the Admiral Nakhimov. Yes, that dodgy Russian aircraft carrier of some bad reputation. It's asymmetric and I'm joined by a Libertad, a Navarin, a Karl and a Yoshino. But we don't have any destroyers. On the enemy team, we have an Amagi, a North Carolina, two Monarchs, a Hawk, a Veneto, a Shimanto, a Tallinn, a Nesberg, an Albemarle, a Uganda, and a Z-23. So, I usually with this ship love to start with the rocket planes because they're the fastest sort of planes in your arsenal. They can do 181 knots, and they whip around the map quite quickly. You can do 224 knots with the speed boost on. And the idea is to light targets. I think this is our weakest flank, so I'm putting a spotter up for the team on this side, as we have a Navarin and a Libertad on the other side, which strong, very strong. And I'm going to park the Nakhimov behind that island down at D5 on the minimap, so that I can get nice and close to my intended victims. Okay, we're just going to line up the Albemarle, see if we can get us a cheeky rocket, a few rockets into him. That looks pretty good. And then we just whip quickly back to the carrier and launch another squadron. And yeah, okay. 14 hits, a couple of fires, and an incapacitation. Not terrible. Okay, I'm lit again, so there are ships in front of me. And they're starting to appear now. We've got a Veneto, we've got a Uganda, North Carolina, and I'm being targeted by the AA. So we're just going to get out of range of that. And then I'm going to move across and see if I can light targets on A. And already, yes, we've got a Shimanto. What else have we got? So, I'm going to attack that Shimanto, actually. So I'm taking a lot of heat from the AA. So give it plenty of lead, because it does take a while for the rockets to launch. And 15 hits. 2 torpedo protection hits, a fire and an incapacitation. Very nice too. This ship is great for farming fires and incapacitations, to be brutally honest. If you need them in a hurry for a dockyard mission or something along those lines, the Nakhimov's got your back. As have all the carriers from this tech tree, to be honest with you. The Serov and the Pabiba are both excellent carriers for grinding ribbons. Okay. Going to keep the pressure on the Shimanto. Another 10 hits, another fire, another incapacitation, and the Libertad finishes them off with the secondaries. Meanwhile, the Z-23 has torpedoed our Yoshino. That's unfortunate. Oh no. And our Karl has taken out the Z-23, but our Karl is now alone on that flank. Okay, I'm going to keep the pressure on these ships in the mid. I need torpedo hits, so we're going to put down as many torpedoes as we can. One hit on the front of the Veneto, he slowed down. Bots are very good at avoiding torpedoes, which is another reason why I often use aircraft carriers to grind the missions out, because they're not so good at avoiding those. Look at that, 5 good hits, 2 floods, 1 incapacitation, and now we're going to get some rockets down on him. He repaired the flood, so I need fires. No fires, 19 hits and no fires, wow. RNG for you. That's shocking. Actually, that is actually shocking. I want a refund. Wargaming, I want a refund on my Nakhimov. Okay, let's try that again. I don't think I put that in a very good spot. We'll see. Don't think that was too... That was not optimal. No, 3 hits. Suboptimal. Okay. And Karl's really got it all to do. He's on his own. Libertad is heading north. Navarin is pushing in, and the Karl and the Libertad are both hurting. We just lost our Karl. Okay. Desperately going to try and drop some torps on the Veneto. He's slowed right down. He's going at a crawl. And the rocks are in the way. So we're going to go wide. He's actually heading towards my position here against the rocks in the Nakhimov, which is a bit of a worry. But I'm going to hold position. We've still got 9 enemy ships to deal with, and there's only 3 of us left. This is a bit of a concern. The grey hairs are real. Okay, go around this side. I should be able to... of course, the Uganda's there with his AA. Okay, we're going to drop with the Veneto. We'll go drop with the Veneto. About there. Okay, and yeah, Uganda's coming at us. We're going to have a go in with the secondaries. He's turning, so we should become unlit shortly. Got 6 hits and a flood on the Veneto. Incapacitation on Uganda with the secondaries, I think. Although that incapacitation might have been on the Veneto, actually. Okay, we're going to try rockets. He's very close, though, so I'm not expecting to be able to get very many rockets into him from that angle. And I still hit him with 12. Of course I did. And I got a fire and an incapacitation, of course. Fine. Honestly, this ship is just a gift that keeps on giving. I mean, the only reason I've got a Nakhimov on the American server is purely because I was grinding the Liberty events, although this is my EU account. In case you're wondering, just took top left. But yeah, my first tier 10 ship on the American server was a Nakhimov because of Liberty Harbour. It's all because of Liberty Harbour. It corrupted me. I had to grind the missions fast, and I found that the Russian carrier fleet was more than adequate for the task. There are a lot of incapacitation missions. There were a lot of missions that involved torpedo hits and floodings and fires. So carriers seemed optimal, and since I'm very familiar with the Russian carriers, yeah, you heard that right, I have been known to play them from time to time. Yeah, still washing the flavour out of my mouth. It's a bit bitter. The salty tears from all my victims.
You were the chosen one! It was said that you would destroy the Sith, not join them!
They kind of get caught in your throat sometimes, you know. Those talks look good on the Veneto. He speeded up. He speeded up. I don't think he's going to avoid them. No. 3 hits. He still managed to avoid one. Good grief. Speeded up. Honestly, the bots are ridiculous. Alright, that should finish him off. Of course, the Libertad took him out with his secondaries. Of course he did. Of course he did. Yeah, okay, Uganda's going to give me a hard time, but I'm going to have to drop on the Monarch. So I'm going to try dropping on the Monarch with skip bombs. But the island's in the way, so skill shot. I'm going to try and hop them over the edge of the island. Let's see how many hits I get. Did we get over the edge? Yes, we did. We hopped them over the island, the little peninsula, and got 5 hits. 4 pens. Ah, excellent. That Monarch's dead. Damn, I'm just going to grab some more planes. Navarin took him out with a fire. And they now have 5 ships to R3. But they are way ahead on points because they have 2 caps and we've failed to cap. And no, the Nakhimov is a very bad capper, in case you're wondering. But sometimes you have no choice in the matter. Can we... Oh, I thought we had him. I thought we had him. 9 hits, 1 incapacitation, and the Libertad finishes him with his secondaries. I'm seeing a pattern here. I'm definitely seeing a pattern here. Okay, let's see if we can get some torps into the side of the Amagi. Back there. Give that a go. Things are tight. They win in 3.5 minutes. Okay. And they're ahead on points. We got all 6 torpedoes into the Amagi. Wasn't the biggest damage numbers, but then it's got torpedo protection, and we got 1 incapacitation. Okay, right, the Hawk. Maybe. Possibly. The angle's wrong. The angle is wrong, but the spread on these torps is quite tight, so we might be able... No, I can't really... I haven't got time to narrow the reticle. Because he's coming straight at me. That's the absolute worst angle a ship can come at you at. And yet we still hit him with 2 and got a flood. Okay. Let's see if we can finish him off with the rocket planes. Certainly going to try. Kabooey. 1 hit. What happened there? What happened there? The reticle looked good. Navarin took out the Hawk. Okay. We've got a Nesbeck and a North Carolina to worry about. Taking a lot of flak. So I'm just going to move out of the flak bubble, drop those and pick some more planes up. Let's have a think. What's going to work here? If in doubt, skip bombers. Because they're coming into the cap. The way I see it, they're coming into the cap. So they're offering, yes, nice juicy side plates. Okay. Oh, this is close. This is really close. About there. Oh, let's take some torpedo bombers out for a spin. The pressure is real. Drop those there. I think my skip bombs actually went over the target because I didn't give them long enough to settle. The reticle didn't go full green. If you ever notice that, you've got orange lines. Don't drop like I just did. Oopsie. Okay, we got a hit, and let's see what we do with those. 12 pens, 2 non-pens, 2 fires. Lovely. And he's healing. And he's put the fires out. Okay. But the Libertad gets him anyway. Of course he does. Of course he does. Now, what have we got here? A grounded North Carolina. Oh, this is going to be juicy. Now, I'm waiting this time for the reticle to go green. We should get some hits with the skip bombers this time. And we do. For 3 fires. We only hit with 3 and we get 1 fire per bomb. Now, that's value for money right there. So he's burning nicely. And it looks like he's already repaired. So he's going to be burning for a while. Let's see if we can get a flood with the torpedoes. I really want to try and close the reticle, so I'm slowing the bombers down as slow as they'll go. And perfect. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do nicely. Yeah, torps going in, looking sweet. And 17k and another flood. Beautiful. 4 good hits. Excellent. Now he's burning and flooding. 3 fires and a flood. Okay, and we'll finish him off with the rocket planes. If the fires don't kill him, okay. Yeah. My first kill of the match, and we've only got 24 seconds left in play. Oh my god, this was close. I didn't realise just how close this was. I've just had a look at the clock, and they win in 14. 9. Oh, saved by the Libertad. Thank you, sir. That was close. That was super close. My god. Felt like I was committing war crimes there. 250,000 damage down. Okay, so let's have a quick look at the build that I was running there. This is pretty much my standard Nakhimov build. As you can see, got a little something in here to keep my aircraft alive, because honestly, they're like paper planes. They really are. Proximity fuse helps with increasing the torpedo damage from the torpedo bombers. And of course bomber flight control, which helps with the skip bombers. Okay, then if we look at the equipment, that's what I like to run on my Nakhimov. I occasionally switch this out for concealment system modification 1, because basically we can be seen from space. We have a concealment of 14.7 kilometers. Sometimes it's just nice to bring that down, but to be honest, if you can handle it, Flight Control Modification 1 is the go-to mod for slot 5. Okay, so that's the build. I hope you enjoyed the video as much as I did playing that game, and if you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you all very, very much for watching. Thank you.